Hi everybody, welcome back to the Crust. I do hope you're having a great day. I'm going to start approaching these videos with the intention to see as much of the game as I can. And what I mean by that is I'm going to start assuming that the laser is going to be failed. Okay, I just don't think I'm producing enough to complete it. I just don't think we're going to get there. Now, when I say I want to see as much of the game as possible, what I mean is I'd like to get out. I want to explore all these little sites. I want to see what else is out there, see what kind of, what kind of assistance, what kind of materials can be gained from the surface. And I'm starting to think, I've said this a couple of times in previous videos, I'm way behind in where I should be. So I want to see what's out there so that if I take another shot at this, which I'm kind of considering doing in a live stream, like live stream series, maybe we'll do like 2 or 3 streams a week, trying to figure out if we can do this laser. I'm up for that. I think that's probably a cool idea. But I'd like to know what's out there so that I know what to push for. Essentially, I want to have an experienced run the second try. And if we end up, finding some really cool things and I'm not as far behind as I think I am, well then great. That's great. That's going to be awesome. But I think for the most part, I am going to, just try to approach this from an educational standpoint at this point. We get to that stage in the game. This right here is backed up. We got a lot of slag that we could be getting, and we're not. So I'm going to upgrade that belt. And the current contract that we're going to start hearing lots and lots of, ships taking off with, there's a lot of pods that are going to be dropping down and getting picked up and everything here. It is a big fuel contract. It is 11. It's 1,011 fuel is what we're delivering. And I happen to have, I had at the time, almost 1,000 fuel. So we've delivered a lot of it. I only have 314 left. If we do it in 16 days, it's 345,000, which is pretty worth it to me, I think. So what I'm going to do is part of this process, we have that mining platform thing that we're going to go out and explore, right? We're trying to see what that is. So we want to go ahead and do that, right? I think with the money that I'm generating here, and maybe not even with the money, I might be able to make it myself. Here's where the modular terminals are being made, right? For example. And I think we can go in and just connect this to storage right there like that. And then the modular terminals will now make their way over to the storage that we're going to have for them over here, which currently does not exist. Huh. Well, tell you what we can do then. I can turn the modular... No, I need to make a new storage for this, don't I? I sure do. So let's get the modular terminals storage right here too. And we'll just go like this and over in like that. There we go. And then all resources instead are just going to be modular terminals. Okay, so now the modular terminals will make their way over here and they'll just hang out right here until this storage is completed. There we go. And then maybe we can get that to go like that too. And then we're going to want to have this closed. Although I have a feeling that's going to open when we're done. So I probably will end up seeing the terminals right here. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just... No, I'll just be right here to babysit it. That's probably the way to go. Okay, now that it's built, I think I need to... Yeah, I need to redo that. There we go. Okay. This thing would be lovely to have. And since we're making our own terminals, that's great. We won't have to buy that. I do need to get more power, always. But... to get that, I need higher CPU capacity. Now, I could, of course, tear these down, but I'd rather just keep them for now and expand. I need the capacity gains anyway. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to say science, data center, and I'm going to add like 4 of these things right here on this side. I think that's probably fine. I also want to go ahead and start breaking down some of these bunk beds and then rebuilding them over here on this side, because I need, of course, a lot more people as well. So we're going to get, let's say, a bed right here. Should be fine. Yeah, and then we'll start this row over here on this side, too. So 1, 2... Oh, right, not enough CPU. I got to delete one to make one, yeah? So they'll start to break it down first, and then I can do that again. There we go. Almost done. We'll go here. No, not going to let me. Really? Oh, right. It was calculating the fact that these were breaking down anyway. Got it. Let's get rid of that. And then that should let me do it. Yeah. Yeah, with that bed broken down, we should be able to do it now. So put this right over like so. All right, so more bunk beds coming in, right? And we're going to constantly look to, you know, for opportunities to get survivors, opportunities to get out there into the map and get that stuff, right? If I zoom out to the map, we can see a different number. We see 150 people here. I think that's an indication that there's 150 people on the surface of the moon. I don't know if that's an indication that we have 150 potential people we could rescue. I don't, or bring in, you know, I don't think that's the case necessarily. But it does, I think it means there's 150 people out there. So yeah, there's opportunities for people to join our team is basically what I'm saying. Broken Rovers here. Salvageable parts and cargo could provide useful. I need to provide these things, including water ice. Interesting. And 3 engineers. Yikes. Pretty expensive. Let's go to the private lab. See what that's about. And then this is off to the mining site to investigate that. I don't know what we're going to need to bring, but I've got this base. I've got this truck right here, right? That's kind of ready to go for when it does become time to go and get that. So the truck, there it is. Just going to have you wait right here. That's fine. Okay, so the driller bots aren't doing anything, and that's pretty common. I don't have a whole lot done. One of the other things I think I would do differently is I would have mined a lot more. I would have mined more aggressively. I would have mined a lot faster, clearing out a lot more places and getting access to more resources. I feel like the game wants you to just excavate as much as possible, as quickly as possible. And that is not something that I did. So I do regret that as well. So going along that thought process, I'm going to start doing that. We're going to get all of this taken out. I'm also going to queue up all of this to be taken out as well. We'll just kind of do that right there, all the way through here. I'm not really picking a specific place. I just want a whole bunch here. And that means, of course, more regolith on the ground. So more things for people, for bots to bring in when they're not doing anything else. I'm going to make this a low priority, and then I'm going to allow them to bring it again. And we'll see what that does for me. Let's go ahead and add maxed out. All right, I need to I want a setting in the settings for the game to exile or otherwise prevent songs from playing, like a specific song, so that I never have to have that song play again. It's great when you're playing. It's not great when you're trying to talk and recording. Did we get that contract completed? We should have. It says I have 0. So this is the only one left then. Yeah. Okay, we're down 15 units of fuel. That's no biggie. Except these guys are all waiting for aluminum. Oh, these are still closed. Oh, silly me. Open it up and say, ah. Let the aluminum flow, please. And then I want another one of these too. If I have the CPU capacity, which I do, I want another one of these. So let me get 4 fuel factories now. And we'll flip this, put the aluminum on that side. There we go. And let's go ahead and split this belt and put it right here. Yeah, like that. Put that in there so that the aluminum can get separated there too. I think that's a good idea. And then the ice will come from this side into here to add into the system, but I'm gonna drop it off here first, I think is what I'm gonna do. So this ice is gonna come up about like this. I think I want it to come in right about here. Yeah, so we're gonna have it come in right there and then across. Yep, just like that. So it goes like this, it goes underneath like this, in, and then this goes that way. We'll drop under again, comes out this side, and then from here gets entered in like so. Okay, and then we'll just go ahead and upgrade that so that it's not going to be a disrupting factor. And then we'll also upgrade this belt. Is a good idea. I think so. Yeah, we'll upgrade this belt too, because I want that ice to come in a lot faster than it is. So there we go. So we'll have that moving, and this ice will now flow that direction into there as its first stop. Okay, so now we need to turn these things on and get all this ice added to the system. So we're going to take power poles from somewhere. Where am I going to bring the power poles from? Let's bring it from this one over here. We're just going to go like that and then over like that, and that should be close enough to get both. No, it's only one. Well, shoot. I guess we'll do it from here. It might have been a lot closer to just do it here, right? But now that I've already paid for the wires, yeah, I might as well just use them now that I've already paid for them. It's fine. Put them right there. All right, cool. Science points. What are we going to do with science points? I need to... Sometimes I notice the power, the time is actually rolling while I'm in the screen, but it's impossible to really know that for sure unless you see these numbers change. But now I see the numbers change anyway, even though the time is paused. So it's really weird. I don't know how to tell whether the time is running in the background while I'm doing this because all these numbers keep changing. Either way, I think we're wasting blue science again. We need something that's really blue science heavy. You know, like I want something that's going to take a while for this. Like this RITG upgrade. All right, so wheels, heavy machinery, cargo truck speed upgrade could be interesting. Yeah, it gets to the sites faster. I like that actually. Let's go do that. It's very blue science heavy. So we'll get that going. That's great. All right then. Not enough power to run the modules. We're working on that. It's almost done. I had somebody say I should really pay attention to the upper left icons more often. I do. It's just none of the icons up there are something that matter to me. So like up here, not enough resources to build the module. Okay, well, like it'll happen, just not something I can just do something about, right? Oh yeah, this. Not something I can just do something about unless I want to build, or unless I want to buy it, right? It's like if I want to buy nanotubes, then sure, that's a possibility. Over here, not enough resources to start production. Cool. So it's just telling me there's not enough slag. I can get more slag into the system, probably by upgrading some things, you know? But like, it's not something that is a major deal. When I see a red icon up here, that matters to me, right? A cargo truck is idle. I know, I put it there. Right? Like this isn't a warning that says I'm doing something wrong. They're just icons letting me know the status of things. But if that status is intended or already known, then I don't need to act on these. So yeah, that's my response to that. I would love to make more of these components. Let's actually upgrade you. Yeah, we'll upgrade more there. And I think what I really needed to make enough components in time was like 5 of these with, or maybe 3 of these with staff though. I think would have been really helpful. I would have definitely been able to do the laser a lot faster. So ultimately, I think the pacing of the game just caught up to me. I think it's one of those deals where I wasn't expecting to be rushed like this, and when I began to get rushed like this, I wasn't prepared for it to do it. I don't know enough about the game to necessarily ramp it up yet, right? First playthrough. Second playthroughs are always way more productive than first playthroughs. Unless of course you're basing your performance as a gamer on the fact that you've watched a YouTuber do it before and now you know things so that you go into it, right? Like that's different, right? I don't do that. I've been open about that. I play the game fresh. I play the game, in a blind setting, if you will. Where's my fuel? Can we get fuel brought here, please? Can I just drop this on the ground? I don't want to miss this up. Like I'm gonna drop it on the ground just so I can get these guys to hurry up and bring it. Right? I need it now. I need it to be delivered to this cargo pod right now.
Director, we found the mobile drilling rig, but it was damaged by the explosion. However, if we can successfully restore it, it will be an immense asset, not only for the continuity of our lunar project, but also as a milestone in the company's growth. The MDR has the capability to autonomously navigate to regions abundant in valuable resources and conduct industrial-scale regolith extraction.
All of the things you just said are awesome to me. I like it. I also love the picture. So yeah, got it. Okay, so let's go to the map. I want to see how this works. So we have the mobile drilling rig. It requires me to bring 24 components, 8 microcircuits, 100 and this is all very easy to do. These is all very easy resources to bring there. So we're going to set it up. Look, there's that idle cargo truck that I intentionally put there. Okay. And then we're going to fill it up, say back to base, and go, I think. Yeah. So that will allow that cargo truck that's already right there, ready to go, to get in there, and we'll start loading things into it. And it looked like it needed... What was the concentration of resources there? It looked like I need a lot of silicon. What was it? Like 180 silicon. Okay. So what we'll do, I guess, we can always just open up the floodgates entirely, but I don't know what the bots are going to spring to life to get. So we'll go ahead and open up the silicon. We'll open up this very quickly, and then we'll shut it right away. And then they wanted titanium plates as well. So we'll do something like this, okay? Ready, set, go. And then stop. We're going to go ahead and shut that now because it's enough of them already out there. And we'll go ahead and shut I don't know how many we needed. I forget. I've already forgotten. Looks like we have some stutters here. Right here. Yeah. Upgrade this, upgrade you, and upgrade you. Now you should all flow much, much faster. Everything should flow faster now. Let's maybe upgrade them even more, because this is free, right? We can just do this. Yeah. There we go. See? All upgraded now. I guess I should do this one too. All right, good. Let's go ahead and close this one. I think that's probably enough titanium plate. And then we'll just let the silicon flow in there. And it looks like the bots are going to go ahead and grab components and put them in there too. But I guess I could temporarily open this just for a little bit. Oh, excuse me. Oh, are you just... Oh, right. Yeah, exactly. You've already got your fix on the titanium, so you're blocking the belt. That makes sense. All right, that's fine. We'll just drop the titanium on the ground, and everything else can flow in now. And then later on, right, we'll be able to smarter, do this in a smarter way by having it loop around. I'm using this building as the loop, so that's how I'm kind of incorporating this. Like, I could have done the belt loop before. I could have done the belt loop over here before and all that. It's just a lot of extra money to put into the belt, and I didn't want to do that. So I figured since this building is going to help the loop anyway, might as well just have it. So I just completed that contract, which is great. And so the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to go ahead and buy, I think, the nanotubes to make this, or we can try to make the nanotubes. I don't know. Like, maybe we can get people to make these modular terminals really quick. If I make this a high priority, somebody's going to walk all the way over here and work at this place. I should have probably put this down in the underground so that they didn't have to walk all the way over there. But we'll probably see somebody walk out of this door soon to just walk over there and work if I make it a high priority. Actually, I'm kind of interested to see how long that takes to have a person pop out of here. Probably not going to happen. Anyway, I think I'm just going to buy it because it's not that expensive to buy the nanotubes required to make that item. So we'll buy a couple of modular terminals. We'll buy a few nanotubes so that we can make that. And then I think I'm going to buy let's go 2 more control units. And then I guess we'll buy like another 6 modular terminals too. So I want to be able to make the solar panels over there. Now it's nighttime. We're going to do that. This seems fine. We'll just go ahead and build this or buy this. So let's buy that. And then, yeah, we'll drop that cargo down right here. There we go. All right, so off that truck goes to the mining rig. And we'll see what it's like to use that thing. Now, do my drones need to do anything? You're here. Okay, so private lab. A compact private research lab. CRUST's doctrine of fostering unrestricted economic and scientific ventures on the moon has enabled numerous enterprises to establish their research hubs on the lunar surface, shielded from the scrutiny of rivals and government watchdogs. While groundbreaking scientific discoveries might not emerge from this lab, the remnants of the equipment and surviving records could hold some value. So we get 300 silicon for it, which is, I mean, that's fine. It's not the most valuable haul I've seen so far, but that's fine, I suppose. I guess instead of here, I probably don't need to be here anymore with this, right? So I guess I can, real quick, I'm just going to scan just to see if there's anything around. All right, nothing around. Let's go. I don't know. What's Cascade 5? Like, I want to start doing these things. We may not be able to get the laser, but I want to start doing these things. Let's try this signal over here. See what's over there. This is going to take a bit to get there, so I guess we'll just let that run while it does. With 264 grand. Wait, where are my bots? Where are my bots? Oh, right, regolith. It's always the regolith. There you go. I mean, we need it anyway, right? Like, we need to start, cleaning that stuff up. There's no point in drilling if you're not going to pick up the stuff, right? But I think I do, of course, want to get more stuff added in, and this is already backing up. So let's just take it out or check it out and see if we can do something about that. So it looks like, if I had to guess, I'd say the bottleneck kind of is just this belt is too... Yeah, this belt needs upgraded, so we'll bring that. And then I think this one probably could use an upgrade to send it this way. And then I guess this one does too, right? There we go. Everything just works faster now. Everything just gets over there. And then, yeah, we could upgrade this segment, but man, are those belts expensive. I'm going to avoid it if I can help it. I'd like to avoid doing that. If I can get more added to this side, that looks like it would be a good thing. There's more capacity for this. I'm not sure why you're off. Is it? I mean, it's battery output, right? I'm just limited on my battery output. I think so. I only have 5 days of power. Wow. Wow. I've added a lot of stuff. Okay. I've added a lot of things that take power, so we might have a power problem still. Let's grab more solar here. That's what I bought the control units for after all. We'll build 4 of them. I think that's a good idea. And then when the battery does empty, as it almost certainly will this night, we'll go ahead and replace these batteries here if we can too, because that's something I need to address like right now. And I think I can get another row of batteries behind these. It'd be a good idea. It looks like now we're wasting green science. You know, like I feel like the 5 is not enough to queue up. I kind of want to have more in there, you know? I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? Like 5, now I have to like swap them out and everything. It's just, I don't know, man. Let's maybe get the rover upgrade. I guess the science rover could get upgraded too, right? Or excavation speed. It's green science that we're down on. Let's try the social tree. Mushroom farms are good. How about vegetable selection? There we go. That's got a lot of green. We could do that. That's fine. Spending pretty much all this money just upgrading belts here, trying to get the slag to move into here a little bit faster, so I can provide slag to the concrete a little bit faster, a little more reliably, and then of course, make the concrete a little bit faster. So I'd be upgrading these machineries just to get all of that running, and seems good. Somebody mentioned that this wasn't connected anymore. It's not, but it's also not necessary anymore. It's just because I connected it here, I no longer need it to be split at this point. And the reason I initially split it here, though, was because it evenly distributed it. And now it's no longer evenly distributing it, right? And that's the other problem with this. But I think just generating more will push through that. As long as I can generate enough to have everything like push through here at a timely manner, right? So I'm hoping anyway that by here, let me just delete this. I'll show you. I can just delete that right there, and nothing changed. Everything is still getting distributed. It's just because I've added that. I'm gonna upgrade these really quick. Let me get. I don't think it's necessary, but since it's free, right? Like these. I don't know why this is free to upgrade. And it's really interesting too. Like I think it's just a balancing issue that they need to fix. If you hit this button here, it's free. If you go into this menu and hit the upgrade here and do it, it's $500. And that's just like, why pay for it when you can get it for free, you know? And I've also had like quite a few comments talking about this. Like, I'm just going to say it again, like in the video, we don't do exploits here, okay? Even if I know they exist, I avoid them if it's like absolutely game breaking, right? And this one is, that's why I avoid it, but I'll just say it anyway here just to acknowledge that it exists. Use it at your own discretion, I suppose. You can upgrade these for free, but when you demolish them, you get a full refund for the actual value of that splitter. So in other words, you can, if I upgrade this, for example, up here, I get it completely free. But if I choose to delete it, I get like $3,300 for it, right? And that's way more than I should have gotten for that splitter. So you can manipulate it by basically just, building it and then upgrading it for free and then tearing it down on these splitters. You can absolutely make a ton of money that way and just cheat the game. So there it is. You have the information now. Do with it what you will. But I think you're going to find that once you know that exists and once you start using that kind of stuff, it's just going to destroy the game for you. Okay, if you want that kind of stuff, go to Spiff. All right, he's the guy for that stuff. I don't do that stuff. Okay. All right. So the carbon fiber is going to come over here, and I'm actually going to have it be like this. I've been waiting for enough money to do this so I can route it correctly, and now I have it. So we're going to go under right here, and we're going to bring it all the way out to here. Yes, right there. So it comes out this side, and then the belt is now going to go that direction. So we're going to do some extra things with this belt here, I think this is a good idea to do. We're going to go in here. Let's see. Should I go right alongside is probably where I should go, right? So we'll go like this. We'll go down, under like that. And then we're going to bring this over. And I think I'm going to pop it into here. I haven't decided if this is exactly the direction I want to go. I think so, yeah. We're going to pop it into there. That is going to get, and you can see it's not there yet. This is the ore. But you're going to see carbon fiber is now going to come out of these machines, and it's going to make its way over to the storages that we already have at the surface, right? So we're just going to go ahead and connect those up. And now we can get these. There we go, just kind of flowing out of there. It's fine.
Director, we've managed to recover the MDR and are now able to mine regolith on the lunar surface outside the base.
Excellent
Great
news.
job, Director. When I was a kid, I only read about these huge harvesters in books about a faraway desert planet. Never thought I'd get to work with them in my lifetime. Glad I was wrong.
Me too. All right, so I'm going to bring this up, and then we're going to go over, and we're just going to pop ourselves onto this belt, and then we'll get these 2 iron extractors set up now too, and we can probably get both of these hooked up to this power right here. There we go. Perfect.
The MDR is fully equipped for autonomous mining, but to deliver the excavated regolith to the base, you will have to use a cargo truck. The construction of a cargo dock will make it possible to automate delivery routes, store the mined regolith, and move it automatically to processing modules on conveyors.
So this is what I was setting up for, because I figured that's what this thing was going to let me do. Trade routes kind of thing. I guess it's not really a trade route so much as just like a supply route is probably more accurate here. The trucks are going to come in here, it's going to drop it off, and it comes out this belt. Now, I was hoping that the other resources that are not regolith would come out this side, but they didn't. It chose not to do that, which is a little bit disappointing. I don't know which side is which for this, so I'm going to try this, and we're going to see if this works at all. We're going to go like this and over. I know it's way extra belts, way more than I thought I needed, but we're going to do it anyway. Because I don't know which of these outputs. I mean, it looks like regolith comes out of all of them potentially, but I don't know. We'll just see. Because remember, I had it hooked up here first, and it didn't come out. It chose to go this way instead. So we're just going to hook up both of them. And then if it goes this way, then it is clearly something else entirely, okay? So we'll upgrade this so there's no slowdown with that. And what we're going to do here is we're going to have all resources that are not regolith. So essentially, yeah, anything that is going to a storage over there, this is what I want to do with it. So all of this stuff would end up going that way, except fuel and rare earths, slag, and regolith. I think the oxides and stuff is probably is fine. Everything else, I think we may want, like, because of the titanium, right? We may want to set up a way for that stuff to come down too. So maybe I'll allow these resources to go that way too. But everything else should be going this direction. So what we'll want this way is regolith, specifically this, and fuel. It all heads this direction and meets up here where all resources go this way, and then it gets sorted again on this belt. All right. So that's how we're going to play this. And, hopefully when the truck comes in, it'll choose to put the right resources in the right direction. But either way, now it has a shorter path, so it doesn't have to go all the way down there if possible. Are these guys going to build this at all? I'm just curious, because I delivered these resources a long time ago. They're sitting right here. If you guys can maybe build that, that'd be great. I'm just saying, there's stuff you can do. All right. Maybe we'll pull back on the mining really quick. Let's go ahead and tell them, don't do this anymore. It's not like they listen to me anyway. The sun is coming back up, and it would be really nice to have things like this fixed. I mean, they don't do anything as long as there's regolith to take in. So if you guys could maybe go over here and fix these things, that would be a really swell thing. I would love to see that. Thank you much. And then, if you could kindly do that too, also would be a really great thing to have and to see. Full recycling of conveyors and wires is done. Oh my gosh. Boy, isn't that going to be great. Oh, I can't wait. We're going to tear so many things down. All right, so now that I can do that, I can completely remake my entire production line if I want to, right? And have no cost there. We want to get this going too. Getting more steel plate, I think, is going to be a really big idea. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Okay, let's check out the map because I want to get this drilling rig going, right? So this truck is on its way back, but here's the drilling rig. And boy, doesn't that thing look cool. Huh? Now, I know it's a waste of my time. I know it is. But I want it to come back to base because I want to see it. I want to see if this thing actually has a model or if it just hangs out just outside the base. I want to see if we can actually drive this thing around because it looks pretty dang cool. So we're going to tell it to go back to the base first. And then we're going to, check out, anything else that might be out there. Now we have concentration of iron oxide, aluminum, silicon, titanium, and rare earth minerals. And so I don't know exactly how to find the concentration on the maps. It doesn't seem like we have access to any information whatsoever over here. So, I mean, do we just start drilling wherever we are? Is that the idea? Maybe it is. Maybe I'll just hit start drilling and we'll just see what it does. So in this current position, in this current spot, we're digging up a ton of regolith. Wow, that's a lot. So in this location, it looks like we're mostly slag. We have some iron oxide, some titanium, and some silicon oxide saturation. So it's not great. That's not a great place to mine, I guess. So we're just going to pull this in. And if I can find, locations for resources, that would be stellar. I'm not entirely sure how to do that because it doesn't really tell me how to do that in any tutorials or anything. We have the steam turbine plant laboratory. Yeah, there's nothing in the area here. So I've scanned it. I did the thing. Now I'll go investigate this again. The other one is down here and it's on its way over to the signal station. Maybe we'll pause really quick and scan. See if there's anything out there. Nothing. Okay. So onwards. So since I have a full refund on this stuff. Oh, hey, look at this. The people are coming out here. Yeah, they walked out here. They're working in this place. Since I have a full refund on this stuff, like I was saying, it makes sense for me to sort of start restructuring everything and how it works and the power and everything. So I'm going to start, redrawing these. I've got these all running along this belt all the way out to here. We're going to get power to this. The new flight control center is here. And the really good part about this, like I was saying earlier, is that this is going to allow us to have a loop. So now resources are on this belt and you can see they're going all the way around here and to this point. And now I just need to get this to go in where it's supposed to go. So I would like to have this a slight adjustment here. We're going to go down like this on that side. Okay. And then from here, I want... See, modular terminals have been told that they can go this way, but they're just choosing not to. There's a modular terminal. Well, it's because this is all backed up right now, isn't it? Yeah. What are you backed up with right now? What's going on here? Oh, modular terminals have not been told that they can pass by here. Okay, that's the problem. So modular terminals also. And then all resources are here. We don't want that. We want, these and these. And this is all because I've made a new belt, right? Everything needs to be readjusted once you do a new one. So we'll just go ahead and do this. I'll also allow these to pass by just a little bit faster. That's fine. I might go in later on since it's all one big belt. I might go in later on and actually upgrade all these belts too, but it's fine for now. We'll just do it this way. So now the modular terminals can make their way over into here. And we now have a whole bunch of them in storage. Wow. A whole bunch of them in storage. That is crazy. That is very good. So yeah, I think, again, if I had another chance to do it over again, I would buy a lot less resources, right? Because I've been buying a lot of them from the marketplace to try to satisfy requirements and stuff for things. I think I would do a lot less of that and a lot more of investing that money into expanding production into those more advanced resources so that I didn't have to buy them. Knowing that I have the amount of time that I have, it's I can gauge it faster. You know, in theory, we still might be able to pull this off. I just have less confidence in it. We actually are almost at the halfway point on the timer. So we're almost halfway done. And we've already completed 2 objectives, which means we're on objective 3. So if we complete objective 3 and we move to 4, in technically, I mean, I don't know what the requirements is for the next stage, but we're technically more than halfway done with the laser, and there's still half the time left, if we do that. Obviously, I have to have, double the carbon fiber that I currently have here. I need double the components that I currently have. So we still have a ways to go there for, scaling it up. But yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Let's go ahead and maybe not have people work on that anymore if we can avoid it. And how much concrete do we have now? See, everything's going to start flowing through here again. It's all good. All right, everything can flow. And now we have this string here where it goes around in a loop, right? And so now we can see that all these belts are, you know, they're no longer a problem. So this is on all the time so that resources can loop around. And this is on all the time so that resources can loop around. So we have all this concrete coming from the truck that is now working its way into the system over here, right? And then we also now have this. This is all the aluminum, right? So all the aluminum is now routing over here into this storage. We don't have any titanium, I don't believe. Oh, this is titanium, the other way around. This is titanium coming through. We don't have any aluminum coming through here. But this I'm going to have go down, and we're going to set up a way for this titanium to get pushed into the system over here to make more plates, because this is going around and it's very full, which is great. We'd like to see that. And so I want to get more titanium into the system too. Let's upgrade that. What's this? I like this. And a good bonus too. I like this contract. We don't have enough microcircuits though, apparently. We're down to 2. Oh, you know what I did though? Yeah, we'd have 2 probably because I have 88 microprocessors. Okay. Yeah, that's why. We don't have it. We're making lots of microprocessors too, right? Which is good. There's some more advanced resources. So if I was to go over into my contracts and stuff, I might find that there's a contract out there that wants microprocessors, and that's going to pay me way more than the contract that wants microcircuits. Okay, so interestingly, not a single company on the whole thing wants microprocessors. Apparently, that's just not a tradable good at the moment, so we can't do that. But what I'm looking for is a contract that's also going to give me green science, because I currently have 0. This one is a little test, right, is what I'm looking for here. We have a 9-day delivery. It provides a little bit of a bonus for that, but it's going to provide social science for us too. And they just want 738 concrete. It's a pretty easy delivery if we send it to the new flight control center right here. So we're going to have them land over here, and then we're going to fill this up. Now, you're still limited by cargo pod size, okay? You still have that, but you can now deliver it there by a belt. So we're going to pull that back like this. Also, it's been brought up to me in the comments that there is a back button here, or at least a decrease button here. The UI is just a little funny. I would have thought they would want to put this here, or maybe, you know, a little distance to prevent misclicks, but they put it here. It's an interesting choice for the UI, because your mouse, if you mouse over this, you'll see it, but you're not usually mousing over this. You're interacting with this already, and so you don't see the arrow. So what I would like to see, a really easy change here, would just be to have these be really faint. You know, like you can visually see them, but they light up a little bit brighter when you mouse over them. That would be helpful too. But you can do the same controls here, especially with like holding control, holding shift, etc. You can do all of those things with this button as well to fine tune it. It wasn't immediately obvious to me. The other thing is this dial seems to move after you do one, but you can't just hit send again. I would like it to say the exact same settings as the previous one and allow me to just go tap, 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 tap. But you know, honestly, what I'd rather they do is make this more appealing, make larger pods actually make economic sense is what I'd rather they do. But regardless, if you just tap really lightly on this little button right where it is, you can usually get it to be exact. If you tap a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, it'll adjust the number. But if you just tap where it is, you can get it to show up. And then the final one here at the very end, you can just scroll through. So anyway, we've got that. So that's going to land here now. And there's already concrete flowing in. So it'll just start getting delivered immediately, but we're going to need more than that. So we're also going to go ahead and add, I'm going to go ahead and do this actually. There we go. I'm just going to upgrade that, upgrade all that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start delivering the concrete down the belt. So out it goes, right? And we'll upgrade this to allow it to flow out just as fast as everything else does. And so now we're going to send concrete over this direction. All resources are now being directed that direction. Okay. And now we will have concrete loading into this. And the really cool part about this is that if there is a resource that's not concrete, it doesn't stop the belt. All that happens is that that resource will get kicked out in the other direction. So let's upgrade this belt really quick, so it all flows a little bit faster there. I probably should upgrade all of these belts, but it's just a lot of expense, man. I was hoping to avoid it, but the contract will pay for it. It's fine. So we'll get all this upgraded like that. That's fine. and it can all flow a little bit faster if I do that. There we go. All right, so it all flows. Now, the resources that are not concrete will get ejected. Concrete will start to get ejected as well because there's another pod. But as soon as the next pod lands, it's already getting loaded up, right? And so a lot of it's getting ejected now because there's a drone on their way. I don't want them to do that, and if I tell them not to bring it, they'll still do it. This function is just broken, it seems, for this building, so they'll still do it, which is why this is not taking off despite having tons of concrete going into it. It's not taking off because this guy's on his way. He's already earmarked this delivery, right? That's the part I'm trying to stop. I don't want them to deliver it, but forbidding this doesn't seem to work. If you tell it no, they'll still do it. But anyway, this is a really nice way to satisfy flight contracts, supposedly without involving your drones. But as you can see in the current build, at least for me anyway, they're still going to do it. Anyway, they're still going to bring resources here despite it not being allowed. And that's just the way it is. The good news is, though, is that if for anything that requires, and I'm going to have to do this now, for anything that requires, rapid delivery, right, and of resources and stuff, if it's on the belts and everything, we can do so a lot faster, especially if it's coming in from both sides. That's awesome. Let me just real quick check the map, see where we are here. So the truck is returned, but the mining drone is not. So I want the truck nearby. Actually, check out this. So this is the signal station. It requires energy cells and titanium. I don't think we can do any of that stuff. We could do this, though. Steam turbine plant laboratory. We could do this. So I kind of want to deliver the food, the medicines, composites, modular frames, etc. And then let's go ahead and check out anything that has chances of giving us stuff instead of having to send stuff, I don't think so. Survivors camps usually... Oh, there we go. Underground vault. That sounds great. That's an interesting path. Why don't you just go on a straight line on this? I don't understand that. Why go around? Is there something in your code that says you can't go through the pole? Is it actually shorter? I mean, I realize when you're, like flight patterns, right? Like with planes, I realize that going around here is a longer distance than going like this. I get that. But I didn't think it would really have that big of an impact when you're already this far north. But apparently it does. Because it's choosing to go around anyway instead of a straight line. So I'm just going to assume that that's a shorter path, even though it doesn't quite look like it from my vantage point. Yeah. So this should be completed, should it not? Did we not get it done? I'm confused on why that didn't complete. Should have completed. We delivered all of it, right? Yeah, I delivered all of it. Are you not going to give me credit? Huh? I delivered all of it. You've taken all of my concrete. You've taken it. You've done it all. Does it just take longer to reach the destination if you lift it off from here? Like, what's the deal? That's no good.
Research complete.
I get the research is done. That's great and all, but why futures collateral? No, I think they're still delivering, aren't they? Futures collateral active. They're supposed to be giving me 100 science for 90 days. But this one says they're giving me 60 for 90 days. So that's... Did it complete? Because it didn't give me the money. I don't have the money. Or maybe I do have the money. Did I receive the money? I'm very lost. You're occupying a slot. You're occupying one of my contract slots. Still, and you shouldn't be. I already did everything for you. It's pretty bizarre. I would like to get another engineer. I'm going to hire another engineer, bring them down here. This is the only way I know to get crew so far. I haven't had an opportunity to really get anybody yet. I think the only way to do it, if I had to guess, I would say it's helping some of these camps, and then maybe some of them will come and join us, after I well, yeah, after I help them, they'll come and help me, right? Let's try to start drilling here and see if there's anything different here. So this appears to be kind of like the concentration of regolith. So there seems to be a good resource of titanium here, it seems, because we're gaining a little bit more percentage in that. You know, so if I say titanium right here, yeah, so we're gaining some titanium here. There's a little bit of concentration there. Silicon, there's some silicon here. Not a whole lot for aluminum, titanium. I already looked at that, and then iron is right here. So there's a little bit, right? But we're also getting quite a bit on the rare earth minerals here too, which is interesting. All right, keep coming to base. I want to see what you look like.